Hi there, welcome to another edition of the Akashic Portal Weekly. We're looking at the week of August 24th through the 30th, 2020. And I'm your host, Jen Duchene of JenDuchene.com. I'm using the Illuminating Journey cards that I created with the help of the Akashic Records, asking the question, what do we need to know this week? And let's see what the cards have to say. So, first card coming up is the Soul Portal 21. And when I look at this card, what it makes me think about is this idea of us needing to be in the stillness, in the kind of the depth of who we are, this recognition of the role we play, who we are. There's a definite energy of recognition. I'm here, I'm calling in kind of the essence of who I am. I'm holding my own kind of energy of light, my kind of stick of command, if you will, and very grounded in the space. And here we have a, what do they call that? The Pegasus, the flying horse, the sense of awakening, almost sending our messages out into the world, the light beaming in, streaming in, this coming together of our light and dark parts, our parts of, yin and yang, this energy of male, female, whatever you call it, these different energies that have come together in this immense energy of being ready for change. I'm here, I see what I need to see, I know what I need to know, I'm doing what I need to do. Now, this energy doesn't mean we know the answers that are coming, we don't know necessarily what's happening, but we know who we are and how we are responding to what is. We have the faith, the resilience, the belief in our wholeness, in our sense of beingness, and so we can take on what arrives. And not only that, we're calling out, we're kind of putting our energy out there, and Pegasus takes it out into the world. This is the energy we're sending from the depths of our being, from the connection of what we believe in, what we're willing to stand up for, accept, negotiate, etc. It's all of that essence of self that ignites the pearl within. This kind of pearlescent quality, the quality of our soul, of our being, of the way we are in the world. Just, this is who I am, this is how I'm putting it out there, this is who I'm willing to be, right? And know me, see me, I am doing what I need to do. So it's like we're filling the world with the sound of our voice, the sound of our throat and our being. This very much feels like the essence of us expressing who we are in this time in a very different way. It's a very grounded and very spiritual message, speaking our truth out into the world, singing our truth, chanting it, breathing, vibrating to that energy, the core of who we are, the essence of what lies beneath who we truly are. And so we're calling to the land, we're calling to the essence around us to hear our message, hear the amplification of what is true for us. Soul Portal, the second Soul Portal is the Soul Portal number 3, card 2. And what's interesting here is, this is like, you could say, if this is you, the energy of you, here doing the same thing in a different place, calling to the energies, recognizing kind of your place in this spiral of energy. This is who I am. This is what I'm bringing. This is the expanded energy of self out into the world. I didn't talk about the numbers. 21. So 2 and 1, 21. We're still in a 12 universal years, months. So 21 is the opposite. It's also 3, 2 plus 1, or 1 plus 2. 20 is a 4 plus 8. It gives us 12. And 12 in reverse is 21. And 21 speaks to the truth. The truth will set you free. Your truth will set you free if you're willing to kind of stand behind it. Not pushing it on others, but really being true to it. So this sense of being oneself. And then, so that's a 3 and 33. So more 3s here. And that's, of course, a 6. Very much an emotional energy of being present with who we are from a place of love, of self-expression, of adoring who we are and being willing to put it out there, not worrying about somebody else's kind of being offended by the fact that we're expressing who we are. It's just this freedom to just be who we are and to see what's available to us. Many times we look at the world from a place of not enoughness. How can I fill these, somebody else's shoes, or how can I do things the way I'm supposed to, and how can I make others happy, or fulfill my obligations and my desires. This is much more coming from the internal, from the self, just like this, the figure, the awareness of self, the recognition of what is true. Very much a light-based energy. There's a lot of light in this card. There's a lot of light here. This idea of I'm in wonder with being who I am and having the ability to amplify my message, amplify what I'm here to do, amplify just the energy of who I am. It's not so much an obligation to be something or do something a particular way as it is to recognize the joy of being alive, that you can basically juggle all the different things, no matter what they are, and look out in the world and go, all of this is available to me. This landscape, this energy is all available to me. And so I can be expressed in this landscape, no matter what's happening. I can allow my heart to open. I can allow myself to truly just shine my light, be present, just expanding the energy of who I am, just living this breathing energy of being me, whether I'm having a moment of sorrow, a moment of joy, a moment of expression, a realization. It doesn't matter. It's all you allowing yourself to truly just let it be, let you be in this space, looking at everything from the space of a glass half full, right? It's all there. Everything is there. What am I choosing to connect to? What am I choosing to balance? What am I choosing to harmonize and sing out and express and be at one with? So it's definitely a very energized and sacred energy. There is snake energy in this, as well as kind of this sense, if you look at the expression, this sense of wonder. What an amazing world we live in. Like, it's all possible, right? The birth, the drawing in the energy from the outside, the water, the buildings, the sacredness of all of it. It's all available. It's all here for us to experience in whatever way we choose to experience it. So I sense a feeling of freedom. There's a liberation in this idea of, here I am, I'm willing to express myself and just allow this to be amplified. I'm willing to see the world through the eyes of wonder, knowing that anything and all things are possible, that I get to choose how I look at things and how I frame what I'm speaking about and what I'm taking in. What am I telling myself about this experience I'm having, right? That moving away from wrongness and rightness to a place of just being in wonder with what's possible, no matter what it is. And the third card is the number 2. So very interesting. We start off with pretty much all blues. There's a little bit of orange here, moving into kind of pinks, and there's a little bit more orange, a little bit of blue, and then we have the 2. And of course the 2, the level 2, which speaks to our willingness to surrender to the feminine or the intuitive side of us, the side that realizes that when we get clear about who we are, so we are what I like to say, a diplomat, not a doormat. So we know what it is that is true for us, or what brings us into balance, what harmonizes our experience, how we want to feel, even though things are happening that we don't necessarily like or agree with, but how we can kind of surrender to the power within, to this idea of bringing peace and balance into our lives, to understanding that the world is constantly in change. Things are always going to happen. So what are we bringing to it? What parts of ourselves are we bringing? This, the innovative, intuitive side of self that can see how we can be in congruence with our world, how we can be in relationship with our world, how we can connect to what's happening around us, not in a way that we feel oppressed or suppressed, but that we can truly express who we are without having to massage other people's experience. And that to me is the expression of what I see on all of these images, is this calling out, this is who I am. I often talk about, and often hear the Akashic Masters talking to me about how we present ourselves and what's available to us, and how we want to express ourselves in the world, right? Because so much of what we do is about expressing who we are. Like, we want to have that music, we want to create that harmony by playing our own notes. And so this kind of is what this is. I'm playing my notes, and those who are wanting to listen to it and the spaces it needs to go and the kind of harmony it needs to vibrate with, it will. Like, I am being me and beaming that out, like, fully at peace with my choice. And then here is that next level, right, of even more realization. I'm out in the world, but I'm seeing the world from this place of being in vibratory tonation, in harmony with, in balance with everything. I'm at peace because I'm accepting the spiral of change, the movement of myself, the understanding of who I'm becoming, more at ease with my expression, juggling these greater and smaller balls of light, balls of meaning, etc. And just finding how incredible it is to be here, where I can balance in that space between surrender and focus, being connected and individual. All of the different places where we have two sides, the polarities of the world, like seeing, like, how do I bring those polarities together? How do I be myself in a relationship to the world, to someone else, to difficult circumstances? We are in a space right now where circumstances are difficult. Many of us are experiencing extreme challenge. And how do we come to terms with it? How do we make the most of this relationship without feeling shoved or pushed or out of control, feeling cheated? By surrendering many of our ideas that are no longer useful, changing our minds about how we think about things, realizing it's not what happens to us, it's what we tell ourselves about it. We still have autonomy. In fact, we have more autonomy when challenges come, because we realize that there are certain things that have to be a certain way and others less so. So what do we need to know about ourselves in order to feel like this and like this when the challenge is upon us? Right? How do we find those kind of places of peace in the challenge? So the power is right here. We're in a 2020 year Two is about finding that balance, that relationship, that peace between two polarities. It's about surrendering our old fixed ideas to the intuition and the new ideas that allow us to connect to the world, to our experiences in a whole different way, to be in relationship with ourselves, with the divine, with the earth, with all the experiences that we're having. How do we ignite these energies, right, so that we can feel completely surrendered and yet whole unto ourselves, connected and individual? It definitely feels like this time we're in is moving us, and this week is moving us into a whole new level of how we are experiencing our lives, and the resilience that we have, the ability we have to let go of the things we thought we needed or behaviors that we should have, and feeling into what is valuable to us at this time, what will help us find that resolution and that sense of surrendered peace where we're not giving up who we are, we're giving up the layers of who we thought we were supposed to be in order to be acceptable. And now we know that just by being, we are more than acceptable. We are welcome. We are harnessing the vibration of the world and finding our ground and our way forward, connecting to our truth, to our voice, connecting to how we live and abide in the world, and finding that total surrender of being powered by the wholeness that we have within us and connected to the energies that move us along, that support us, and deconnecting from the things that make us feel like we're being controlled. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to hear your thoughts around the reading for this week. As you know, I'm Jen Duchene of jenduchene.com. These cards are available. The Illuminating Journey cards are available for purchase on my website, jenduchene.com. And yes, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will see you next week.